The cowboy is a revered symbol of America, and while it is true that no cowboy would ever actually tell a lie, it is sometimes necessary to improve the truth. There's a saying out there, and most of you have heard it. Been there, done that. What some of you don't know is that I am the hombre they wrote that line about. Heck, most of what I've seen and done ain't even happened yet, but that's a whole nother story. There's only been one like me, and even when I'm gone, I will still be here. Webster's dictionary has give up on definitions. Just put my picture under every word that applies, including tough, salty, proud, hard, bodacious, courageous, and downright contagious. I come from a bad town, a mean neighborhood, and the roughest street on both sides of the tracks. The farther back you go, the rougher it gets, and I lived 2 houses past the very last one. I only been hit one time in my life, and I made sure right then and there that doctor never slapped another baby. Every nurse in the delivery room give me her telephone number. Heck, there ain't but about 3 other fellows in this world you could call really tough, and they never forget to send me birthday cards. When the boogeyman goes to sleep, he checks his closet for me. And if you can't find Waldo, just who the heck do you think he's hiding from? I can beat a brick wall in a game of tennis. I can throw a baseball farther than you can point. I can dive deeper, swim farther, and come up drier than anybody who ever lived because I am amphibidextrous, which means I can swim underwater in both directions at the same time. I've rode anything with hair on it, and I've dropped a loop on every critter that creeps, crawls, flies, swims, or runs. I've roped possums, parrots, and pumas, elephants, elk, and electric eels, worms, weasels, wildcats, wombats, wolves, and wolverines, grizzly bears, polar bears, panda bears, pooh bears, and teddy bears, wild hogs, wild dogs, and bullfrogs, dingoes and flamingos, bees, badgers, and buffaloes, aardvarks, alligators, anteaters, antelopes, jackalopes, and Sasquatch. I've been everywhere, in or out of orbit, including a few places that don't exist anymore, like the Sahara Forest. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. But that's because my daddy gave me a hatchet for my 3rd birthday. Don't tell me about George Washington and his cherry tree. I donate blood regularly. They don't use a needle. I just ask for a chainsaw and a bucket. Some men claim they eat nails for breakfast. All my groceries come from the Home Depot, which has honored me by renaming a key piece of construction equipment. You will no longer remodel your house using a stud sensor. You will use a dentist detector. Those nice folks over in Pamplona, Spain have invited me to the running of the bulls for the past 20 straight years. That is the running of the bulls. I always walk. Some people wear Superman pajamas. Superman wears Dennis Gaines pajamas. I sailed solo around the world 3 times. The first 2 times were kind of boring, so the last time I sailed against the wind, just because I can. I can slam a revolving door. I can play the minute waltz in 30 seconds, calculate pi to the last digit, divide prime numbers evenly by 2, and solve a Rubik's Cube while simultaneously setting fire to an anthill with a magnifying glass in the dark. I have counted to infinity twice, and I have built the better mousetrap. Las Vegas won't let me gamble anymore because nobody else can hit a blackjack with just 1 card. I shoot dice on the telephone, and I never lose. It only takes me 3 games to win a best-of-7 tournament. I won a staring contest against the tag team of Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder. If a tree falls in the forest, there's no one around, I can hear the sound that it does not make. I only cast a shadow when it suits me, and I do not perspire. The laws of physics do not apply to me. I know which came first, the chicken or the egg, and I know why the chicken crossed the road. Colonel Sanders got his 11 herbs and spices from me, folks. He couldn't handle number 12 or 13. I have been caller number 9 and won the all-expenses-paid vacation. I once ate 3 72-ounce steaks at the Big Texan Steakhouse in Amarillo, Texas. Yes, it took me an hour, but that's only because I spent the first 45 minutes getting the phone numbers of every woman in the restaurant. I have been known to recite the Declaration of Independence, the preamble to the Constitution, and the Gettysburg Address while simultaneously singing all 4 verses of the national anthem. I have wrangled reindeer for Santa Claus, skinny dipped Niagara Falls, taught Pecos Bill the proper form for riding a cyclone, and I took the last chicken leg off the plate at a lumberjack convention. I've been in places so hot a Gila monster would crawl into my campfire to shade up underneath the skillet. Satan tried to sneak into my shadow to cool down. He only did that once. I seen it so cold I had to snap off frozen lightning bolts to thaw out for cattle prods. Earthquake in California, folks, I belch bigger than that. And Mount St. Helens is a pop gun compared to me passing gas. I can lead a horse to water and make him drink. These bedroom eyes are registered as lethal weapons in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. I am the reason the Tower of Pisa leans, Texas chili has no beans, and the Chicago Cubs will not win the World Series until I say they can. I can build a barn, bake a cake, castrate a cat, and perform neurosurgery without anesthesia on myself, all with that knife right there. I am the undisputed heavyweight calf wrestling champion of the world, finest Acapulco-style cowboy singer of all time, two-time winner of the Rio Medina Ice Cream Crank-Off, 7th grade spelling bee champ, the Kerr County sweet potato sourdough Dutch oven blue ribbon biscuit baker, and the perennial master of the George West Storyfest cakewalk. In the course of my illustrious career, I have broke broncs, palpated cows, wrestled wild bulls, and romanced wilder cowgirls while paying heed to the game's family motto, never let ignorance stand in the way of doing a job well or badly. I am the only person in history to have received a perfect score and extra credit on my SAT test. I am never politically correct. I am simply correct. The only mistake I ever made in my life is the one time when I thought I was wrong, but then of course it turned out that I was right in the first place after all. Children love me. Dogs trust me. Women want me. Heck, Mona Lisa started smiling after she met me. Folks, I got my picture on a Wheaties box. A rattlesnake wouldn't dare to bite me. If I spit on that critter, he dies. However, if I should so choose to spit on you, you may rise up and cast off your earthly infirmities. My magical saliva has been scientifically proven to cure whatever ails the human condition. Yea, verily, though you suffer from tuberculosis, anaplasmosis, coccidiosis, leptospirosis, halitosis, histoplasmosis, trichinosis, or thrombosis, arthritis, bursitis, cystitis, dermatitis, fibrositis, mastitis, myelitis, or prostatitis, toxemia, anemia, bulimia, tularemia, baldness, infertility, dropsy, scurvy, rabies, scabies, scrofulous organs, excessive flatulence, enlarged buttocks, acne, boils, hemorrhoids, blisters, wicked stepsisters, homeliness, stupidity, measles, mumps, chickenpox, smallpox, shingles, tingles, dingleberries, dysentery, diseases of the glands, liver spots on the hands, hangnails, ingrown toenails, devil's tail, or the evil eye. I have the potion for you. My spit can make the blind walk, the lame to talk, and the deaf to see. Having delivered you, good folks, my credentials, I must issue this disclaimer. Everything I say from here on out is the unvarnished truth. You see, there has only lived one perfect man, and I am not him. But we do share a common aspect. On the day of resurrection of our Lord, the Roman soldiers approached the tomb, and seeing that the boulder had been rolled away, they peered inside and proclaimed as one voice, "Behold, the Lord is gone! And so am I."